Hello everyone and welcome back. My video is a bit late and a bit less quality than usual because I have been sick for a few days, been fighting off the flu successfully and I am back, but that also meant I had a bit of a delay in all my stuff I wanted to do, so take that with a grain of salt. So what I did this time is I did my friend Space Fred the favor of also making the plants he asked for the space planter. And by the way, in the very end of the video, the final renders are not from me. They are from Space Fred himself, who used my planter to the absolute best. And I was absolutely stunned by how they actually looked in a complete render with a complete setup. Like the difference to what I usually show in a render, if I'm just showing the character without any background, without anything, and him showing my pieces in a full scene is an enormous difference. Like, it is really impressive for me to see, and for him to make that, because he just recently started with the whole 3D rendering and setting up stuff, and it is really impressive with what he came up. So yeah, look up Starfurdy at DeviantArt if you want to. He is making some very cool content, and you will find my models in his works every now and then. He already has a few other requests, very few, so there is content for a time to come, and I will have to see when to do his and when to do mine, actually. But yeah, I'm looking forward to working much more with him, with them, because it is very fun to work with other people and on their content. So, I made 3 different space root vegetables. One is supposed to be like a, I don't know, carrot. Like it's root vegetables, right? It's very, very similar. They all are supposed to be spacey, like you see, it's like a carrot, but it's not a carrot. This one, for example, I had this lower part which is shaped like a drill, because I was like, okay, this is kind of funny and a bit interesting. And then I added the leafy bit. I'm not sure, the greens, I think. And one thing I should have done is actually take the time to fit the UV map of the root to the whole thing. This is something I either have to do later or just wing somehow. I have a few ideas how to wing this, but yeah, the first one is basically this drill shaped radish, I guess. Like, yeah. The second one, I originally wanted to have like a self-intertwined kind of leak. This was my first idea, but when I worked with it, I was thinking like, hey, why not make this like a multi-level garlic? Like a garlic, but there is multiple levels of garlic stacked on top of each other. I'm not really sure how garlic actually works. I would think like every garlic piece is its its own thing, but I don't really know how plants plant. So it was more like maybe I can do that. And yeah, one thing I did is I copy pasted this to see just how it looks when I intertwine it with each other, when I do that thing. And then I yeah, basically made the UV map, as you can see. Again, could have made the UV map fit more to the frame of the UV map, but it is what it is. And yeah, I made a broader, more clover-like green leafy part for this one. I tried to like be unique for each of these. Like I didn't want something that is like the same thing but with different colors. I wanted each of those to look unique in itself. And yeah, this is why I also looked up a lot of references for root vegetables, which is kind of hard because a lot of them look really much alike. Like I was really hard finding reference for something that I didn't already made with the first one. Like the first one was like, okay, this is how 99% of our root vegetables look. What am I supposed to do here now? Also for this one I went for symmetrical leaves because I just really like symmetry and it looks really cool. Yeah, and for the last one I actually went with ginger as an inspiration. First I thought, hey, I'm going to fill up the holes that this has. There was a bit of a time where I actually went look for inspiration, which is why there's not that much happening on the screen for the few seconds. But yeah, I looked for like inspiration. I found ginger and was like, okay, but what if the ginger has like really big pores where either something sticks out? I was first thinking about, hey, well, what if there's like, I don't know, tentacles sticking out because space? And then I thought, well, no. That could be wrongly interpreted. I don't want that. Not really. So I decided, nope, I'm not gonna do that. And yeah, I basically did these giant poured ginger inspired thing, but it actually is way too big. I should have just made it leaner and made it flow a bit more and then pull out the pores. So I might actually redo this one because I'm not 100% happy with how this looks. But that would be off screen because yeah. Also I made AI flat surface flat template textures for these, so yeah, the roots have very simple colored textures. I'm sorry. I actually looked up how ginger's leaves look and added this a bit. Like the leaves of the ginger wouldn't actually be alternating like this, but I thought it was a cool and funny idea. So yeah, this is kind of what I did this time. They are still, I'm still not set with having them fully rigged. Like what I want to do is set them up properly so that the green part has its own bone, its own node, so you can scale that separately. What you couldn't do is like make it invisible because that wouldn't look very good in the end. But I mean, you can if you just turn the vegetable correctly, and then it is not seen that there's an opening. But yeah, you can basically, I mean, you can make the texture invisible. So yeah, you can actually make the greenery even invisible if you want. You can also only use the greenery if you just if you remove the textures to vegetable. Though these are actually really multi-purpose plants. Yeah, after I'm doing the video, I will rig those to finish so I can yeah, more or less ship them. Send them by Discord to whoever wants those, because there were multiple parties interested in these when I showed them the making. And yeah, I'm still hung up if I want to fix the UV maps, or if I'm going to alter the textures and fit them to the UV maps, which would be an interesting work in GIMP, and something I actually want to learn. So this is something I might look into at the weekend. I don't know yet. Anyway, enjoy the renders, and I will see you guys on the weekend in the next video. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe, and I will see you guys around.